do that almost every time. Hey everyone, my name is Logan. I'm here with my dad, Tim, and today we have the Ryobi 40V Whisper Series 21-inch brushless, cordless, all-wheel drive lawnmower. This thing is awesome. I'm super excited. Today we're going to talk about everything that it comes with. We're going to open it up and we'll try it out on the lawn here today. So stay tuned. If you like Ryobi products, if you like outdoor Ryobi tools, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because we're going to dive right in. So one of the things I want to do is point out some of the things that make this one different than their other lawnmowers. Why would you spend the extra $100 on top of their already top-of-the-line lawnmower that you've seen on the channel? If you've seen our other videos, you've seen the one we already have. This one's another $100, and we'll talk about some of the reasons why you would get this over that. First off, this one comes with a lot of the same features the other one had, so it already has crosscut. It has self-propelled. This one is different. It has four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive instead of just the rear wheel that our previous model had. It does still come with 2 of the 6 amp hour 40-volt batteries and the rapid charger, which is awesome. It comes with the crosscut still, which is awesome. In addition, though, this one has a what do they call it? Integrated mulch plug. So it comes with the integrated mulch plug where you can slide the mulch plug in place. Not sure if that's going to be a good or a bad thing. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts, if it gets in the way or if it gets stuck. Still not sure on that. So it has a new LED headlight bar, which is kind of cool. It's like a redesigned headlight. It has an external fuel gauge, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, if that's on the handlebar and actually shows just the number of bars left on the batteries, or if it has a runtime. If it actually had the runtime, I don't think it does, but that would be cool. Other big things to point out, it is 77 pounds. I'm not sure how that matches with the previous model. I think it's probably pretty close. It was pretty heavy trying to get it out the door to get here. And again, this one is Whisper Series. So one of the biggest advantages to this one over any of the other ones is its Whisper Series, which means it's quieter. And from our experience with the blowers and with their fans and some of their other Whisper Series things, it's significantly quieter. So we'll see if this one is in that same vein, if it is as quiet or quieter than their other models, but in the past with their other tools, they have been significantly quieter. So
stop talking and let's open it up.
Let's open it up. All right, there is the bag. The bag looks good. Again, they've redesigned it slightly, not too much, but definitely a little bit. One of the things I wanted to look at, see, they've completely enclosed this door. This door is all redesigned as well. Now, this is the thing I don't understand. This hard plastic has been their go-to, which just surprises me because that would not be my design choice with metal hanging. Anyway, but it seems to work. I've not had a problem. I always complain about it, but I've not had. I think it's a weird design choice. I would have done it like onto the metal here. Yeah, this has the bar, and they've done this on some of their other models, but this is the first time that we've seen it. It has this thumb, and I didn't think I would like this as much, but the fact that you can adjust it, so you pull this little thing and you can adjust it to where your thumb feels the best. So if it's further out or all the way down, maybe, depending on where you want your thumb to be. Again, I'd be very careful since this is plastic on plastic on plastic. So, be aware of that, especially when you're folding it up. Don't want to have that break. This, I still think, is just not acceptable for a mower that's nearly $1,000 to have this little plastic thing to control the speed. Again, that's just me. I haven't had a problem necessarily with it breaking, but it definitely moves a lot. Right here we have the all-wheel drive switch, which is really cool. So if you're getting too much grip, you can definitely switch back to rear wheel only, or flip to all-wheel, and I'll show that in just a second. Moving back down, you still have the handle here, the front handle. Really wish they had another handle on the front that you could pick it up without having to fold the the top bar down, because you have to pull the top bar down to even have something else to grip, unless you reach under the mower, which I've been taught not to do. Mulch, this is super cool. So it is spring loaded, so if you let go here, it'll slide back. Now, to get it back the other way, you have to lift it up and then pull, and it's, again, spring loaded that way. We'll look underneath at what that's doing, but really cool. You don't need the mulch plug. Again, right here, you do have the gauge, so if you start it up, you can see the light turns on, so we can see that that's on. You do have to pull the handle up on the handlebar to get that to activate, but you can see that from a ways back. Inside, again, they've redesigned all of this. It's a bigger container. It even can hold even bigger batteries, which they don't make yet, but theoretically, you could put a bigger battery in here, which is crazy. These batteries are already super heavy. These are the bigger 6 amp hour batteries. They can hold, even the 12 amp hour batteries are the same size, which is, again, crazy. Single point raise and lower on this side, so it's the rear right, has all the way down to 1, which would destroy this grass, all the way up to 7, which won't touch this grass. So we're gonna keep it somewhere in the middle. But again, really nice that you can just easy up and down. Side exhaust here. You can even see those serrated teeth, which again, I'm not positive. I can't remember if the previous one had these serrated teeth right there, but crosscut, love that. On the front, so we're gonna go ahead and one handle, we'll bring this down and around. So we've got that down. Love the fact that this just stores so easily like that. Again, one of the biggest additions is this front motor. So you do have 4-wheel drive. It looks almost identical. In fact, I think it is identical to the rear. So they're just using the same motor. So you just have the dual motor, all-wheel drive setup. So here is, and interesting, this is what I'm worried about, is they've got some kind of lubrication to allow this to slide back and forth to close that door. So if we slide this like so, we see that open and close, and I don't think, my concern is that you're gonna get grass and other stuff. I mean, it looks like they've got some plastic or rubber here to keep that from being get too gunked up. But if you're switching back and forth a lot without hosing it down or cleaning it off, I'm worried that it's gonna get gunked up there, but we'll see. That's the reason we test this out, so you guys don't have to. Yeah, blade there, easy change. Oh yeah, the other thing with this bowl or basin, it does seem like they've redesigned this. You've got these extra pockets all the way around, and they've actually made the inside of the bowl smoother, but they've added all of this extra ribbing. I'm sure a lot of it's for structural, but I have to wonder if a lot of it's for the sound or dampening as well, which is cool. So there it is. There's the features. Let's get out there and mow it. Yep. Yeah. Put it low. So one thing we're noticing right now is it is getting really dirty and dusty, and that we're not sure if that's as much of the lawn as anything else, but it does seem to be throwing out or spitting out in almost every crevice. Seems to be throwing grass everywhere and dirt there, and so we'll see what happens. Back full. I need the assist to turn it. How those lights helping you in the dark? right, so it's flashing, letting us know that the battery's almost dead. That's pretty cool. So up here, even far away, you can see that pretty clear. I mean, unless you get too much gunk on there. But if we come in, look, we're on this battery over here, and sure enough, it's flashing just the same. So that's pretty cool.
Those are my batteries.
Yeah, those are the 4 amps. We just finished mowing. It is really sending stuff everywhere. I don't know if you can even see, you can't even see down inside, but there is grass all down inside that, which again concerns me if you're going to be switching back and forth how much that's going to go. But even right here, this is interesting to me. I don't think I had this much of a problem. We didn't use the exhaust out the side, and yet look at the amount of buildup. I mean, look at that chunk just fall off there. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Again, could be a different type of grass that we're cutting. Could be just this Midwestern thin Bermuda style grass or whatever this grass is. I'm not a grassologist, but there's definitely just seems like it's blowing stuff everywhere. Again, it cut just fine. The grass looks great, as good as this grass can look as far as being cut. But yeah, even out on the back, I mean, obviously this is where you pull the bagger off, but you know, just kind of just stuff everywhere. So I feel like we need the blower or, you know, to hose it down or something afterwards, because it got nice and dusty.
One thing I did like is you can just reach in and grab this.
The handle.
And
yes.
And it flows nicely, but yeah, that bottom, I don't know how to clean that off. Rather than
tip it sideways. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to tip it sideways.
Yeah, it's almost like they did it so that you could like cut the grass, drive onto the cement, and then
blow it.
It catches. Yeah, it holds everything so it doesn't make a mess on the cement. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Hey, look at that! It hooks like that. Now it'd catch all your rainwater. But it works.
Shed.
Yeah, you park it in a shed. That'd keep it nice and open. Still got plenty of open on the bottom. I like it. That would do it. That would do it right there. Again, I still wish it was upside down, but on that, I mean, it's even that is still more compact than most mowers take when they're fully open. We've really put it through a good first impression test, and this is what I'll tell you about my first impression is I think it's heavy. I think it was heavy to turn. It felt heavy to move around. I don't know why it feels so much heavier. It's in most of the ways it's exactly like the one that we've already used, and so I don't know why it's so heavy. It also is not as quiet as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be a little bit quieter. It is, or I thought it would be significantly quieter than the previous one. It is a little bit quieter. You can hear as it spools up, and then it kind of gets a little bit quieter. And again, if we were on maybe a different type of grass, maybe if we went a little bit lower, we did use the bag, maybe if we mulched instead of using the bag. But I thought it was still pretty loud. It's a mower, it's still pretty loud. So Whisper Series, if you're getting it to be a lot quieter, I would say it's not worth it. Is it a little bit quieter? Yeah, it's probably a little bit quieter. One thing that I really like, and I'm still a little skeptical of, is the integrated mulch plug. I really think this is a cool integration. Again, we'll have to long-term see if it lasts. Obviously, it works just fine right now, being able to slide across and then it swings back. How full that gets gunked up, or how quickly it gets gunked up and is harder to move, we'll see. Another thing that I want to watch is this control. I like the fact that it's adjustable, but this is a lot of plastic and a lot of like little pieces that if something's going to break, I think it's going to be the speed control here. So that I will have to keep watching. Similarly, the actual speed adjustment here to see how fast you're going, I think, you know, that's one that you're going to have to watch. Most of the rest of it is really well built. I feel like most of these handles are oversized. These are all metal reinforced. You've got just big bags, the big wheels, all the handles, the motors, the way the wires are all tucked in. Everything looks actually really good. So there's the amount of things that are small and breakable on these mowers keeps going down. There's less and less of them, which obviously is a good sign. One thing that I think they went backwards on, in my opinion, is the battery compartment. I feel like they tried to wrap up the battery compartment more, which actually made this a little less durable long term. I don't know how reliable this will be. It's kind of got this little latching system, which is, again, I think it's a little bit harder to get to, and I think it doesn't sit quite right because it's so much bigger and kind of wraps around the battery compartment. As far as the dual batteries, again, right now we had to throw in the other ones so that the 6 amp hours could charge. These actually worked pretty well. They finished the backyard the way, cutting everything we needed to on just a little bit of charge. Now, they did cut off. This obviously is built for the bigger batteries because it takes more advantage of the battery. So the bigger size, it doesn't die or cut off as quickly, trying to save the batteries. That's what this mower will do, is it'll shut off in order to save the batteries. So a couple of cool things about this one that are different. One is it has the display gauge. Now again, I wish the display gauge was up higher, but it is visible. You can see it while you're running the lawnmower. You just look down, it's right there. You don't have to open up the battery compartment to see where your batteries are at. So that's super cool. The ability to go into a 4-wheel drive is cool, that it's on the handle and that you can switch back and forth. Didn't really notice the 4-wheel drive. Again, maybe if we were on a hill or something and we need a little bit more pull, but the torquiness of these motors is still really good. They are really torquey anyway, and so again, not really sure the application where I think I would need 4-wheel drive. We did kind of see it trying to get up over a ledge. If the front tires are on and you kind of lift the mower up, all of a sudden your back wheels are spinning, and it'd be nice to have it to go forward. Again, the number of times that we're going to need that, not really sure it's worth the extra $100 of this mower. Again, the storage is great. Really like we figured out, or my dad figured out, how to put the bag onto the bar of the axle of this front wheel. So that's pretty cool. But again, the big question we asked at the beginning, is it worth the extra $100 to go up to this model, this Whisper series with the 4-wheel drive, or the all-wheel drive they're calling it? In my opinion, probably not. In fact, I don't even know if for most people you need the crosscut. I do like the pull behind, the fact that it has the motor to pull you. For most of these, they are getting bigger, they are getting heavier, especially with these bigger batteries. You've got, the electric motors, all of that. I think the drive's worth it. Going up the extra $100 for the crosscut or $200 for the Whisper series, probably not worth it for most people. But if you can find a good deal on these, all of the little add-ons, they're moving in the right direction. I like the fact that they're trying these things out. They're putting the all-wheel drive. They're trying to make them quieter. All of those things are awesome. The lights on the front, again, everything that we talked about before, really cool. And again, compared to the very first Ryobi lawnmower that we had, that was a 40 volt, the first one that came out, these are massive improvements. Awesome to see what they're doing, and keeping them somewhat reasonable. We're still closing in on that $1,000 mark. This was nearly $1,000. So again, probably not worth it for most people, but love the improvements, and hopefully they get passed along to the mowers in the future as they kind of trickle that down. So again, guys, if you like Ryobi tools, you like outdoor equipment and things like that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Let us know what other tools you want to see in the future, because we want to bring them to you. We want to show you what the new Ryobi stuff are doing, and this is a perfect example. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.